on Lake Macquarie today. Weather's not terrible, so it's a start. Hopefully we don't get rained on. We're just going to chase some squid and flatties again. Try and get redemption on the ones that bit us off last time. This is one of the setups we're running, just a micro jig on the bottom, mainly just as a sinker. A couple of squid jigs above it, and that's
pink in colour, of course.
So April can try and catch some squid and she's still in with a chance of a flatty. Then we're just running a pattern ostrich sinker at the bottom, 2 jigs above it for the squid. I'm just using a 4-inch gold paddle shad in black silver. It's what we caught the couple of big fish from last weekend. Just a 3/8 ounce jig head on a 3/0 hook. I normally like to run a bit bigger hook, but it's not too bad. Just want plenty of hook exposure. Just 6 pound leader. Yeah. There's a couple of different techniques you can do when you're fishing with flatties, like casting it out of the boat, let it sink, hop it back. But a good technique when there's a bit of wind around, and if you're just sort of getting into soft plastics, put it out behind the boat and you just lift it off the bottom a couple of times. As you're drifting, let the line go tight again as you drift away from it, and then do it again. And I've caught more than a couple of flatties doing that. Finally got a sounder back in the boat, and for a cheap little entry level unit, so far so good. It's pretty decent for 170 bucks. That there is generally weed bed, so that's what you're looking for when you're chasing your squid. You find that with bait above it, usually it's a shot. Bait there. Running just 30 pound braid, 20 pound leader on that one, and 16 pound braid, 20 pound leader on that one, and a Samaki Reddick DS120 on that, and a Bomber Long A on that. That one's obviously, he's had a fair wacky use. He's caught a couple of fish before. So there we go. No idea what it is, feels like a flatty.
Let's hope.
I think it's a flat. Staying down deep, so I don't think it's a tail up.
We're hoping for a flatty. We do love us some flathead for dinner.
It's probably a big one.
After our last debacle.
No. Can you want that other rod?
Yep. There we go.
He might be coming home.
I reckon he looks pretty close to perfection.
If he's over 70, we'll let him go. If he's under, we're going to keep him.
We're hoping between 50 and 70 would be, that's our perfect eating
about
size.
65.
Let's find out.
Fairly certain it's under, isn't it? I'm going to put a glove on with a big flathead, guys, because they've got pretty sharp teeth.
Also, watch that he doesn't suicide himself out of the net.
Because our boat doesn't have walls over the side.
And then we're going to be real hungry for dinner tonight.
It's cranky. And also, try not to get a treble in yourself.
We have actually just put new trebles on all these lures because they're getting a little bit old. So it would not be a good time to get one of these brand spanking new.
Oops, straight in hand.
No.
It'd be bad.
He got some fighting in this one. And a much better hooking place this time than our last video too, guys. You'll notice he's hooked in the perfect, in the jaw, spot on. He did not manage to swallow the entire thing.
And I left my pliers at home. How good's that?
Pray for under 70.
Well under 70. Bang on 60.
Perfection for eating.
That is probably my 50 to 60s. Yeah, 60, bang on. 50 to 60 is probably my preference for eating size.
Into our new Trail-X Esky.
Some nice decent fillets off them without having to muck around and getting bones out too much. Got a pretty big bones in a fish that size. And put a bit of salt water in there, get him in a nice ice slurry.
So he's fresh and beautiful for dinner.
You are going to keep a feed of fish, guys, look after him. This is a bit gruesome, but you really want to do the right thing by the fish and
make it quick.
brain spike them, put them straight to sleep. There, he's nice and limp now. Yep. And bleed them. Make sure you get hold of them. You don't want to lose waste your fish.
No. You don't want to go to all that effort for your dinner only to have a bigger fish end up with it.
Or the crabs.
Or the crabs.
All that blood out of him. Yeah, so that's where we brain spiked him. That instant, nice humane.
Might not seem nice, but it's the kindest thing to do for him.
Nice slurry is the best way to keep your fish nice and ice cold. Sometimes you can just, if you just put them on ice, it'll bruise them a little bit, which isn't real good.
And after a while of being a fisherman's wife, you do get used to drinking your lemonade with that salty taste on top.
There we go, there's dinner. keep your rod down low. Just wind, you don't have to pump, just wind, it's pretty heavy gear. Just keep it tight on him, that's all you need to really do.
He's gone.
No, he's still there, still right there. Sure. I remember it's pretty heavy gear.
No, he's gone.
You feel the lure moving?
A little bit.
We may have lost him, guys. Unsure just yet.
Why not?
Hope it was cool and lost, but I think we got.
I'm going with the flatty then. Flatties are notoriously tricky. They just want you to think they're gone so you give up.
Starting to lift. Lift. Fish. Oh, no. Lift again.
Nice.
Another nice fish, about the same size.
Yep. Must be fish at the size of the day.
Maybe the line out, hun.
Yep. He did not fire at all. Yeah. My turn.
Nice fish, about 60.
Alright, we already have dinner tonight, so this guy is going back.
Just swimming a little bit, so sit him in the water if you can. Can you reach?
For another day.
There he goes.
And he's off. Start every time, never fail, Yamaha.
Kill switches up and shit.
Which isn't great, because, you know, this is us. It's looking like we need to upgrade more and more every trip. Okay.
Found the problem. That is meant to be connected to that. Is not connected to that. So now we've got to hold that out the entire way back to the boat ramp.
Which is somewhere over in that general direction.
The sail's working in front of us, so let's just catch a couple of them, then we'll go home. It's fine.
It's simple, right? While Jar tries to fix the motor, I'm going to keep fishing. We could be here a while. It'll be fine. You just gotta send it right back.
Not sure how long this is going to last, but we're going. 30-pound braid to the rescue. Just wired the spring back in just there. Think we need to do kill switch. That'll be definitely going in before our next trip.
Our boat mechanic fix has worked for the most part. We are back at the boat ramp, safe and sound. Now we just have to get the motor to stop.
really helps if you've got a really sharp knife too. So a decent quality knife and a steel is pretty important. Come in behind the wing there, straight down to the backbone.
Triggy coming up to see what we're doing. And Roxy.
Cut them first, or at least taking that little bit of, like cutting that skin definitely helps. Bugger off. Not for you. Decent glove so you can hold the head and not get spiked is a good idea too. And just come through it, follow the backbone down. Cleaning table is definitely probably a better option instead of the top of your esky. Eskies are pretty slippery.
Roxy, stop it. Not for you. Most times when you're cleaning fish you have to worry about the seagulls and the pelicans. Here we have to worry about a fish obsessed wolfhound and Great Dane.
I do like a bit of raw fish. Not too much meat left on that. Turn it into a good crab bait. Hey. Little spiky bits are going now. Pass me the hose from behind you. Why would you do that?
What's that you wanted the hose, honey?
A bit of the slime. Now these bigger fish, I like to find the last bone, cut it in half about there, and the bottom bit, flatten him out a little. Come up under the skin. That's boneless, skinless fillets. And with the top half, find your, run along those bones, down to the skin, don't go through the skin, and turn your knife and pull the skin just comes off like that. Nice boneless piece of shoulder meat. Same on the other side.
Roxy said, Dad, can I please have some?
bodge this one a little bit. That's why normally you want to get up under that wing, so this isn't as difficult. You don't have those bones to deal with that. Pretty nice big boneless chunks. This is one of the puppy's favourite parts. Pretty much like anything, guys, you give dogs uncooked fish bones, don't give them cooked bones.
And that was a 65 centimetre fish.
60.
60 centimetre fish, sorry.